While Sang Yin was visiting Wen Yifan in Beiyu, she received a call from her aunt. Seeing the persistent rain outside, Wen Yifan suggested they go watch a movie, explaining that she didn't want Sang Yin to only remember her studying during his visits. She opted for a horror film, Waking Up to Ghosts, believing that such movies were better for forgetting things. Sang Yin, however, was visibly scared throughout the film, barely touching his popcorn or water. Later, while walking down the street, Wen Yifan was startled by an exhibitionist. Fortunately, a young man named Mu Qingyun intervened by covering the man with his jacket. At the police station, Mu Qingyun explained that he was a university drama student performing Edward Albee's The Zoo Story and was experiencing life as a homeless man for his role. Wen Yifan's colleague from Nanhua TV, the reporter Su Tian, arrived to interview Mu Qingyun about his heroic act. Wen Yifan found Mu Qingyun vaguely familiar, and before leaving, he signed an autograph for her, remarking that he hadn't acted in a long time and was surprised someone still remembered him. Afterwards, Su Tian asked Wen Yifan if she still needed a roommate, mentioning a friend who was not in a hurry and could wait for Sang Yin to move out. Wen Yifan said she would discuss it with him. Sang Yin called Wen Yifan shortly after, asking her to meet him at the supermarket near their neighborhood, claiming he couldn't carry all the groceries himself. While waiting outside, Wen Yifan looked up Mu Qingyun on her phone, trying to place why his name felt familiar. Sang Yin then approached her, glanced at her phone, and teasingly asked if she liked this type. Inside, they each took a shopping cart. Wen Yifan asked Sang Yin about the progress of his apartment's renovation, and when he planned to move out, reiterating that her colleague had a friend who needed a roommate but wasn't in a rush. Hearing this, Sang Yin abruptly abandoned his own cart, joined Wen Yifan, and took her cart. He then added several items to the cart that Wen Yifan had previously picked up and then put back due to their price. At checkout, the seller mistakenly called Wen Yifan Sang Yan's wife when offering him cherries, a comment Sang Yin did not correct, though Wen Yifan tried to clarify their relationship. Despite Wen Yifan meticulously separating their items, Sang Yin insisted on paying for everything together, only allowing her to carry a small pack of toilet paper while he handled the rest. Outside, the rain hadn't stopped, and when Yifan realized she had left her umbrella in the shopping cart, Sang Yin went back inside to retrieve it. In his absence, Mu Qingyun appeared with an umbrella, offering to walk Wen Yifan home. Just then, Sang Yin returned, assertively pushing Mu Qingyun's umbrella aside with his own and telling him his help wasn't needed. Wen Yifan playfully asked if Sang Yin was jealous, a claim he denied. As they walked home, Sang Yin complained about Wen Yifan's height, making it difficult for her to hold the umbrella without blocking his view. He then asked who the little brat was and cautioned her against people who pretend to be familiar. Back at the apartment, Wen Yifan noticed Sang Yan's clothes were wet and immediately got him some cold medicine, chiding him for acting tough. She calculated their shared expenses and transferred her portion to him. Sang Yin, looking for a distraction, asked a friend for horror movie recommendations to help him sleep. Wen Yifan soon discovered that Mu Qingyun was the young actor in Waking Up to Ghosts. They rewatched the movie together. Sang Yin, still easily scared, closed his eyes at intense moments, prompting Wen Yifan to turn off the lights for a more immersive experience, remarking that scared people often do this to create atmosphere. The notification sound of Wen Yifan's money transfer startled Sang Yin so much he nearly dropped his phone. Wen Yifan commented on how easily he was scared and joked about the movie being low budget. She then asked if he remembered watching it together in Beiyu. Sang Yin admitted he only remembered watching a movie with her, not the specific film, implying his attention was solely on her. Wen Yifan paused the scary scene and compared it to Mu Qingyun's photo, confirming he was indeed the boy in the movie. Sang Yin teased her for recognizing him despite the heavy makeup. When Sang Yin tried to retreat to his room, Wen Yifan questioned if he was scared, which he denied. She then sat closer to him, stating she knew he was afraid and suggesting his nap in Beiyu during the film was due to fear. Sang Yin conceded he might get scared later, and Wen Yifan reassured him by saying, "It's fine, I'm here." The next morning, when Yifan saw Sang Yin dressed in a suit, he explained he had a job interview, claiming many companies were vying for him, and he was just picking one that I like. He also mentioned that his overtime work was just a side job. During his interview at Su Haowen's company, Sang Yin impressed the interviewers with his unique insights into game design, particularly advocating for subtraction formulas in turn-based combat. When asked about his expectations for the company, he stated he had none, and for salary, he pointed to his resume. He bluntly explained he was seeking a job to avoid appearing unemployed and to work hard, referencing an earlier comment by Wen Yifan about his looks not being an advantage. He concluded that people play games to find companionship to combat loneliness. Sang Yin was successfully hired. Su Haowen enthusiastically congratulated Sang Yin, who was now his colleague, and invited him to a celebration dinner with Zhong Siqiao. Earlier, Zhong Siqiao had met with Su Haowen, who expressed his happiness at being considered a friend. She gave him hand cream after noticing his rough hands. Zhong Siqiao had received a cryptic support order from Su Haowen's grandma, which he interpreted as needing to investigate his grandpa. So, she took Wen Yifan to a community dance, where Su Haowen's grandpa was very popular among the older ladies, particularly one named Fong. The grandpa even introduced Zhong Siqiao as Lin Lin and his granddaughter-in-law. To get closer, Zhong Siqiao pretended to be clumsy while dancing. She then introduced Wen Yifan, who gave her name as Qiao, and asked grandpa to teach her. Wen Yifan quickly picked up the steps. During a break, they learned that Fong's husband had passed away. Grandpa, flirting with different women, asked Wen Yifan if she had a boyfriend and offered to set her up with Su Haowen's single, bar-owning friend. Wen Yifan politely declined, saying she already liked someone, prompting Grandpa to advise her to pursue happiness to avoid future regrets. That evening, Su Haowen hosted a dinner to celebrate Sang Yan's new job and to thank Wen Yifan for helping with his grandpa. Sang Yan, initially hesitant to join, came upon learning Wen Yifan would be there. At the dinner, Su Haowen lamented his grandma's situation, feeling that Grandpa, her first love for decades, was now messing around with those dance teachers, which felt unjust. Zhong Siqiao clarified that Grandma's support order was meant for her to assess the reliability of Grandpa's new companion. If they were truly in love, Grandma was prepared to support them. Wen Yifan mused on the nature of happiness in relationships, suggesting that forcing a relationship where both parties are unhappy isn't good. Su Haowen concluded that for men, first love might not mean much. Wen Yifan agreed, suggesting that perhaps only women cared more about it. Sang Yan, however, strongly disagreed, stating that the position of first love is truly irreplaceable. Later, when Yifan's aunt showed up at her workplace, attempting to smooth things over from their last encounter, she then tried to introduce Wen Yifan to a big boss as a potential husband. Wen Yifan, frustrated by her aunt's past abuse and current antics, tried to get her to leave. During the commotion, her aunt's phone fell and cracked, prompting her to demand Wen Yifan pay for it. Fortunately, Fu Zhuang arrived and intervened, claiming to be Wen Yifan's boyfriend. Her aunt was outraged, accusing Wen Yifan of being shameless and seducing men. Fu Zhuang and other colleagues helped escort her aunt away, who left vowing that the matter was not over. After the incident, her colleague brought her breakfast, emphasizing the importance of her health. That night, Sang Yan found Wen Yifan sleepwalking in the living room, wandering aimlessly with a blank stare. She sat on the sofa, rubbing her left sleeve, before returning to her room. Sang Yan, concerned, tried to talk to her, but she didn't respond. The next morning, Wen Yifan woke up still in her clothes and asked Sang Yan what time he'd come home. Sang Yan, feigning ignorance, said he had slept early and hadn't noticed. Wen Yifan then rushed off for an appointment without mentioning her sleepwalking episode. Wen Yifan met Zhong Siqiao for noodles, where they unexpectedly ran into their high school classmate, Cui Jingyu. Cui Jingyu, now a full-time mother, introduced her son named Yan. She immediately asked Wen Yifan about Sang Yan and boasted about her husband's company, which was planning to go public. Cui Jingyu then offered to set them up with some of her husband's wealthy bachelor friends, which Zhong Siqiao politely declined. After Cui Jingyu left, Zhong Siqiao commented on her continued obsession with Sang Yan, recalling how Cui Jingyu's constant chatter about him in school had made everyone in their class aware of him. Wen Yifan then reminisced about a high school incident where Cui Jingyu had confessed her feelings to Sang Yan. Sang Yan had bluntly rejected Cui Jingyu, telling her he didn't like her pestering type and questioned if the school allowed early romance. Wen Yifan confessed to Zhong Siqiao that seeing her aunt again had triggered memories of how her aunt and uncle had treated her like a burden after her father's death. She recalled an instance when her aunt scolded her over an early romance accusation and refused her chicken soup, telling her she didn't deserve such good things and had embarrassed the family. Her uncle had also stated they were not obligated to support her. Wen Yifan recounted crying and begging her mother to take her back, but her mother had refused, reiterating the accusation and telling her to speak to her uncle about any problems. Wen Yifan admitted that those words had a lasting impact, making her hesitant to buy nice things for herself, feeling they would be a waste on her. Despite this, she acknowledged that Sang Yan was the only one who had ever truly treated her well. Yet she had pushed him away, remembering a time she had told him to stop bothering her. Zhong Siqiao encouraged her to apologize to Sang Yan, emphasizing that it's never too late. Back home, Sang Yan, having learned that his house renovation would be delayed and that he would be staying longer, appeared in a good mood. He cooked chicken soup and asked Wen Yifan to help him drink it. While watching television, he brought up sleepwalking. Wen Yifan explained it as performing meaningless actions during deep sleep in familiar surroundings and confessed that she had started sleepwalking after her father's passing, startling her aunt's family and even her college roommates. but thought she had stopped. Sang Yin then revealed he had witnessed her sleepwalking more than once. He described seeing her the previous night, sitting quietly and fiddling with her sleeves before returning to her room. When Yifan apologized for scaring him, but Sang Yin brushed it off. He then casually added that during another incident, she had suddenly hugged him and kissed him. When Yifan's face flushed, and she tried to attribute it to the hot soup, then questioned if Sang Yin was exaggerating. Sang Yin insisted he was the one taken advantage of. When Yifan asked why he hadn't told her sooner, Sang Yin hinted that he had tried to, but she had misunderstood his gesture as encouragement. When Yifan then pressed him for details, asking exactly where she had kissed him, Sang Yin pointed to his cheek. When Yifan, skeptical due to their height difference, proposed a reenactment, Sang Yin, after some hesitation, leaned down, bringing their faces close. Startled, when Yifan immediately retreated to her room, telling him that if it happened again, he should protect himself. Later, when Yifan visited her father's tomb, bringing his favorite spicy chicken soup, she informed him that she and her mother were doing well and that Uncle Zhang was treating her kindly. That evening, Sang Yin returned home late, having specifically bought chicken soup for Wen Yifan, who became emotional and thanked him. To prevent another sleepwalking episode, when Yifan blocked her door. However, she still sleepwalked. Sang Yin, who was awake, quietly removed the obstacles and watched her. In her dreamlike state, she saw Sang Yan's face, stood on tiptoes, and kissed him, then leaned into his embrace. Sang Yin, stunned, gently told her, "You just kissed me." He then added that he wasn't one to suffer a loss and would expect her to return the kiss when she was awake. If you love the story, subscribe for the next episode.